My kids planned a surprise that left me speechless. So I have 3 kids, Barry, Beatrice, and Russell. I've been going through a lot lately. My mom passed away about 8 months ago after battling with her health for years. She was my rock, my everything. The person I called when the kids were driving me insane, or when I just needed someone to tell me I wasn't completely screwing up as a parent. Losing her hit me harder than I was prepared for. The kids were super close with her too. She used to watch them after school before I got home from work, and she made these amazing chocolate chip cookies that Barry still talks about. The first few months after she passed were a blur of just trying to function, you know? New childcare arrangements, explaining grief to an 8-year-old, all while trying not to completely fall apart myself. Last month was the hardest. It would have been Mom's 65th birthday, and I was not handling it well. I tried to keep it together for the kids, but I'm pretty sure they could tell I was struggling. I'd catch myself zoning out or crying in the bathroom. There was this one photo album I kept pulling out at night after they went to bed. All these pictures of Mom with the kids when they were little. I took the day off work on her birthday. I told the kids I was just tired and needed a mental health day, which wasn't a lie TBH. They were weirdly chill about it. Like normally when I'm home on a weekday, they're all over me with questions and wanting attention, but they just went to school without making a fuss. After they left, I basically just curled up on the couch with coffee and scrolled through old photos on my phone. I didn't even bother getting dressed. Just sat there in my pajamas crying on and off all morning. Around noon, I get this text from Barry asking if I can pick them up from school instead of them taking the bus. Apparently, they had some project they needed help carrying. I was annoyed NGL, like this was the day they decided they needed me to drive. But I dragged myself into real clothes and headed over. When I got there, all 3 kids were waiting with their backpacks and this medium-sized cardboard box. Nothing that looked too heavy, which made me suspicious, but whatever. They were being super weird in the car, whispering to each other, and Russell kept giggling until Beatrice would shush him. We get home and they insist. I go sit in the living room and close my eyes. I'm like, seriously guys, I'm not in the mood for whatever this is. But they were so excited I couldn't say no. So I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, feeling kind of stupid when I hear them shuffling around and whispering. Barry tells me to open my eyes and the 3 of them are standing there holding this absolutely beautiful handmade quilt. I'm confused at first until I realize, OMG, they made a memory quilt with fabric from Mom's clothes. They had gone through the boxes of her things I couldn't bear to donate yet. They'd secretly cut squares from her favorite cardigan, the flowery dress she always wore to church, even the apron she used when baking those famous cookies. Apparently, Beatrice's friend's mom knows how to quilt and had been helping them work on it for months. The center square had a printed photo of Mom holding all 3 kids at Russell's 3rd birthday. Around the edges, they'd embroidered Grandma Dorothy. I literally couldn't speak. Just sat there with my hand over my mouth sobbing while they explained how they came up with the idea, how they'd been working on it every day after school at their friend's house, how they wanted me to have something special to remember her by. Barry, my teenager who barely talks to me lately, actually sat down next to me and put his arm around my shoulders. He told me they knew how much I missed Grandma, and they missed her too, but they wanted me to be able to wrap up in her love whenever I felt sad. I have never been more blown away by anything in my life. Russell crawled into my lap and told me they almost told me about it 100 times because they were so excited. But Barry made them promise to wait because it would mean more on Grandma's birthday. I keep thinking about how much my mom would absolutely love knowing her grandkids did this. How proud she would be of the people they're becoming.